Prince Harry's return to the UK has set off shockwaves, not just with the royal family, but deep inside Meghan Markle's world. Behind the scenes, whispers suggest Meghan's biggest fear may finally be coming true, and her reaction has been nothing short of explosive. But why does Harry's visit trigger such a strong emotional response? And what does this mean for the Sussexes' future? Today, we break it all down: the tension, the fears, the drama, and the fallout you won't hear anywhere else. Let's set the scene. Prince Harry, once known as the cheeky beloved spare, has been living in California with Meghan Markle since their dramatic exit from royal duties in 2020. For years, the Sussexes have carved out a life far from Buckingham Palace, swapping royal engagements for Netflix deals, Spotify podcasts, and glossy magazine features. But while Harry has embraced a new role in the US, the ties to his homeland and his family have never truly been severed. This latest visit back to the UK has put him face to face with the very institution he and Meghan turned their backs on. For Meghan, however, this trip is more than just a formality. It's a direct threat to the fortress she's built around her identity, her marriage, and her public image, say. So what exactly is Meghan's deepest fear? Insiders suggest it's not simply about Harry being away or even him reconnecting with his family. Meghan fears losing control of the narrative. From the very beginning, Meghan has positioned herself as the voice of Harry's liberation, the woman who helped him escape the rigid structures of royalty. But when Harry steps back onto British soil, surrounded by the traditions, the people, and yes, the family he once called home, Meghan risks becoming the outsider again. This is the fear that Harry might rediscover a sense of belonging in the UK, or worse, that the public, and even Harry himself, may start to question the choices that led him away in the first place. Now let's talk about Meghan's reaction. Reports claim that behind closed doors, Meghan has been deeply unsettled by Harry's trip. Some even describe her as having a meltdown moment, feeling sidelined and powerless while Harry re-engages with his homeland. Remember, Meghan has often framed herself as the protective shield around Harry, the one who understands his pain, his struggles, and the trauma of his royal upbringing. If Harry starts to reconnect with his old world, Meghan's role as the key figure in his new life comes into question. And here's where things get messy. Meghan thrives on image control, curated photo ops, carefully worded statements, interviews where she can tell her truth. But Harry's UK visit has thrown that into chaos. Paparazzi photos of Harry without Meghan fuel speculation. Is he happier without her there? Is he being pulled back into the royal fold? Each headline, each image, each social media post chips away at the narrative Meghan has fought to maintain. And for someone as image-conscious as Meghan, this is no small trigger. There's also the symbolism of Harry showing up alone. In royal optics, appearances matter. Harry, walking into royal territory without Meghan by his side, sends a powerful message, intentional or not. To the British public, it looks like Harry returning to his roots. To the palace, it's a subtle sign that Harry may still be open to reconciliation. And to Meghan, it looks like exclusion. Imagine it. The man she left everything behind with, her husband, her partner in building a new American royal brand, suddenly back in the environment she was never truly accepted in. It's the one place Meghan can't compete, the one arena where her Hollywood polish holds no weight. That's why this visit cuts so deep. And Meghan knows it. Sources say she's been anxious, constantly checking in, and even trying to influence how Harry's appearances are covered. But in the UK, Meghan's PR machine doesn't have the same pull it does in Los Angeles. The public hasn't held back either. British media outlets have highlighted Harry's solo presence, pointing out the stark difference in how he's received compared to when Meghan is with him. Crowds seem warmer, smiles more genuine, and even the headlines, while still critical, are less biting. On social media, reactions have been mixed. Some fans express relief at seeing Harry on his own, calling it the old Harry we miss. Others accuse Meghan of deliberately avoiding the UK to dodge criticism. Either way, the spotlight is firmly on Harry, not Meghan. And for someone used to controlling the spotlight, that's a hard pill to swallow. Meanwhile, in the US, Meghan's allies have been quick to push back, spinning narratives about why she stayed behind, whether it's focusing on the children, managing business projects, or avoiding the toxicity of the British press. But skeptics see right through it. They argue that Meghan's absence speaks louder than any excuse. So why does this matter? Why does one UK visit hold so much weight for Meghan? Because it touches on three crucial fault lines in their marriage and public life. Number one, Harry's identity. For all his struggles with the institution, Harry is still a prince, still Diana's son, still a royal by blood. That identity is something Meghan can never erase. Number two, public perception. Meghan has long fought to be seen as Harry's equal, his partner in a modern love story. But when Harry steps back into the royal spotlight without her, the contrast becomes glaring. Harry is still royalty. Meghan is still the outsider. And number three, the fear of irrelevance. Hollywood thrives on buzz, brand power, and visibility. If Harry shines brighter in the UK than he does in California, Meghan risks losing her central role in their shared narrative. For someone as ambitious and media-savvy as Meghan, that is the ultimate nightmare. And this is only the beginning. Harry's visit may be temporary, but the ripple effects are anything but. Next, we'll explore how Meghan's fears could reshape their marriage, what insiders are saying about explosive private arguments, and why some believe this UK trip could mark a turning point in the Sussex saga. So stick around because the drama is only heating up. Let's start with Meghan's reaction behind closed doors. Sources close to the couple claim Meghan has been in panic mode ever since Harry's plane touched down in London. She reportedly bombarded Harry with constant calls and messages, insisting on knowing every detail of who he spoke with, what he said, and how the public responded. The anxiety is real. Meghan knows that every handshake Harry makes in the UK, every smile he flashes, is being dissected by the press and compared to the life they left behind. Insiders describe Meghan as feeling out of control, which for her is the ultimate nightmare. According to reports, Meghan has confronted Harry over what she sees as his softening toward the royal family. She allegedly fears that time spent in the UK could rekindle his old loyalties, especially toward his brother, Prince William, and even King Charles. Harry, on the other hand, is said to be torn. On one side, he loves Meghan and their children, Archie and Lilibet, and is committed to the life they've built in California. On the other, there's the undeniable pull of his roots, his family, and the country that still sees him as their prince. This tug-of-war isn't new, but Harry's UK visit has turned it into a full-blown battleground inside their marriage. One insider even described their arguments as explosive, with Meghan demanding reassurance and Harry struggling to provide it. Of course, Meghan knows the power of media better than most, which is why, as Harry faced the UK press, Meghan's allies in America were reportedly working overtime to counter the narrative. Articles popped up praising Meghan's decision to stay behind to focus on the children. Hollywood-friendly outlets framed her absence as a noble sacrifice. But British papers weren't buying it. Instead, they ran with headlines like, "Harry looks happier without Meghan," or "Is this the prince we remember?" The optics couldn't be worse. Every warm reception Harry gets back home undermines Meghan's long-standing claim that the UK rejected them both unfairly. And when Meghan isn't physically present to control the spin, the stories take on a life of their own. This is why her panic has turned into what some describe as a meltdown. Because the media, her greatest weapon, suddenly feels like it's slipping through her fingers. So what does this all mean for Harry and Meghan's future? Some royal experts believe this UK visit marks a turning point. For years, Harry has doubled down on his choice to leave royal life behind. But time has a funny way of softening wounds. Seeing his family again, even if only briefly, reminds Harry of what he gave up. And for Meghan, that's terrifying. Because if Harry begins to question their joint decisions, the foundation of their entire post-royal brand could collapse. Let's not forget, their multi-million-dollar deals with Netflix and Spotify were built on their outsider status, their willingness to spill royal secrets. That's the crossroads they face now. Meghan's deepest fear is not just Harry reconnecting with his family, it's Harry realizing he may want to. The public, of course, has been quick to speculate. Some predict Harry will eventually split his time more evenly between the US and the UK. Others whisper about the possibility of Harry permanently returning without Meghan. Now, let's be clear, there's no confirmed talk of separation, but the whispers are growing louder, especially as Harry seems more comfortable on his own in Britain. Royal watchers note that Meghan has always struggled to win over the UK public, while Harry, even with his controversies, still holds a place in their hearts. This creates a dangerous imbalance because the more warmly Harry is received, the more isolated Meghan becomes. And when that isolation turns into resentment, the marriage itself could be at risk. So what comes next? Insiders say Meghan will double down, expect more interviews, more appearances, more efforts to reclaim the spotlight. Meanwhile, Harry may face increasing pressure to balance two worlds, his Californian life with Meghan and his unshakable ties to the UK. This isn't just about one trip, it's about identity, loyalty, and the struggle between love and duty. And for Meghan, every time Harry sets foot in Britain, it reopens the wound of not belonging, not being enough, and not being able to control what happens there. Do you think Harry will eventually drift back toward the royal family? Or will Meghan manage to keep him firmly in her corner? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the royal drama.